so right now for the EG hatch build, man, we got to come up with a name for this build. You guys got to help me out. Leave that in the comment section below. The owner, he's in the Army. Help me come up with a cool name. But anyways, right now we are waiting on suspension parts, so I figured we might as well move on to something else and keep making progress on this build.
And now, you're watching the formula that is to stance out the Banks car and then flex at car shows channel of YouTube. Welcome to BodeVision.
Hey, so what is up and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another video. I am super excited for this. This is video number 2, working on the EG hatch. I'm thinking something along the line of Special Ops hatch, Armed Forces hatch. You guys got to help me out. Like I said, leave in the comment section below what name you think we should go with for this project. So what we have going on right here, that is all the old suspension. We are waiting on bushings and everything to get that moving. That's on the way, but I don't have it yet. So rather than sitting around and doing nothing, what I have right here inside this box, well, let me just open it up and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, so what we have right here is PCI side skirts for the EG hatch. This is going to be a really nice touch for this car just because the whole track build theme, we're going for like a time attack theme. We want this thing to be really aggressive and really cool and really nice, and these are perfect for that. So huge shout out to PCI. Thank you guys so much. I'm really glad to be working with them a little bit and working with some of their parts, and they are really nice. Pulling them out of the package, they look great. So the way that you can tell left side and right side, this one goes on the left side because you see this little thing that goes in the back, and then the other one over here the same exact way. So you see there's this lift right here, and then there's this hole, 1, 2, and 3, and each one of those 3 holes gets one of these little brackets. So the way that we got to do this is we got to go ahead and put the brackets, we got to put these brackets onto the backs of the side skirts first, and then once those brackets are on there, then we're going to hold them up onto the car, and then we got to mark where they got to be bolted onto the car, and then we're going to take the brackets off and then bolt the brackets onto the car, and then the brackets will stay there, and then the side skirts can come on and off with ease just by using these really nice fancy hardware things. And they sent this all, this kit doesn't require any welding, it doesn't require anything at all, just a little bit of holding, looking, and drilling, and anybody can install these if they wanted to. It's very simple. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and put the brackets on the side skirts, hold them up, and then go ahead and mark them. Alright, so as you can see, there's these 3 tabs right here. This one there, that one there, and then one at the very end. One really nice thing about this kit is it has a lot of adjustability at all angles. For example, I don't know if you can see, that's kind of more of a slot there and there, so you can move this left and right or forward and backwards as you're going, and it just sits on this little lip for each one of them. So the way that I did it is I just put each one of these on there like I was saying, and then I got underneath the car and I marked it. And something that you can just think about is it's about half the size, of that little pinch weld. So I just went ahead and did that, and then I put the whole thing together, and then I tightened these down just so that way they weren't gonna move, and then I took that piece off completely, and then I tightened them down the rest of the way. And another thing that I noticed, just because this car is so old, this was a little bent up, a little kind of crazy, so I just put a vice grip on here and I ripped it up a little bit just to make this more of a flat angle, where before it was kind of sagging down a little bit. So I just pulled it there. So now I want to put it on one more time, and hopefully it looks as good as it's going to look for the final installment, and then we'll move on to the other side. Alrighty, so that is looking really good. Now, like I just said a second ago, actually messing with this bracket, bending it from there to there helped tremendously. Now, I've actually messed with probably hundreds of kits before, and whenever you're buying anything aftermarket for a car, you gotta always expect to have to work it a little bit. But this kit, I had to do little to no modification whatsoever, and the only modification that I did have to do was a result of the car itself being kind of old and beat up and kind of bent a little bit. That was bent out of shape. Now, if the car was in perfect condition, this kit would go on no problem. And again, no welding at all, very minimal time and effort to mount this kit. Definitely a great kit, and I'm really happy with how it looks. So as you can see, there's the one bolt, there's the other one, and then there's the next one. It looks really good. And then also the door's not binding up whatsoever, and you can see this is the new piece right here, and it ducks underneath right there and comes out, and there's no gaps whatsoever. It looks really good. And then also, if that's a little bit tight, if this gap's a little bit too close, these are slits and not holes, so we can adjust the side skirt up or down a little bit, and that's so important for when the car is going to be painted, because we really want to make sure the door is not going to bind up with the side skirt. And right now we're just doing all this stuff for a rough mock-up phase, and all the stuff on the car is going to be like that, and then we're going to blow it apart for paint. So those little tabs, those tabs are going to stay on there, but the side skirts are going to come off. But like I'm saying, to get them mocked up, this is just what we got to do. So now we ran through the first side, so now the second side should be that much easier. Alrighty, so on this side, I'm just going to repeat the process. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually screw the brackets to the back of the side skirts. And then one thing that I forgot to mention is you got to put the fenders on the car in order to kind of give yourself reference to see exactly where the side skirts need to go. So once the fenders are on, I have the side skirt held up against the car, and then I go underneath it and I see exactly where those brackets want to sit, right up on that little pinch weld of the body line, right where that is. I go ahead and mark it, all 6 of them. There's 2 on each of them, and there's 3 total, so that gives me 6. So then I just go underneath it, and then I drill out every single one of those holes, and then I take the brackets off the back of the side skirts, put the brackets up, and actually bolt the brackets to the body. Then I bolt the side skirt to the brackets. That's all we need to do, and we are good. Now also, I wanted to point out that even though in the video it looks like it was a very quick process, it was kind of a longer process of taking it off, adjusting the bracket, moving it over, adjusting, moving, adjusting, moving. Alrighty, so for literally day 2 of working on this car, we are already starting to see some, I kind of think they're major improvements, because it's going towards the direction that we ultimately want the car to be, and that direction is a track-inspired time attack warrior of a build, and that's what this car is going to be. We got the PCI side skirts. Overall, my thoughts on this kit, I'm sure you could gather it by the entire video, but I'm really happy with them. I think they're pretty cool. Now, for this build being like a interactive build, how I want you to be involved with it step by step, the next question, and the question that I'm going to present for this video, is that right there. Are you a fan of the carbon fiber duckbill? I can re-clear this. I can bring this carbon fiber back to life. I can make it look really good. Or, since we're going for the track build, do you want to just see the big wing gang on this car? Do you want to see a gigantic track style wing to go with the track style side skirts? Or would you rather just see this simple spoon style duckbill? I don't think that this is a legit wing. I think it's a replica, but who knows? Either way, we'll just have to see. If we do go with the big wang gang, that'll be in the next video, so that'll be decided in the comment section down below. So make sure you leave your opinion with a small explanation. I really want to see where you're at, what you're thinking for this car, and what you think so far. And also, just leave anything else in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to see what you think so far, what you think of this install, what you think about this entire project in general. Also, names of this project, suggestions. There's all kinds of things that you can leave in the comment section. Just leave something for me, and I'm gonna keep making videos for you. So that's gonna be it for this one, you guys. Day 2, could not be more happy with where we are. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know what it is, YouTube. Check out the merch, that first link. You know what it is, YouTube. I'm out.